unboxing is Beautiful Noise, the music of John Cage by Lisa Rogers and illustrated by Il Sung Na. And I just went to her book release party in Wellesley last week and learned more about it, and it was just such a wonderful story about how she spent, many years working on this book. And then she explained, like, this end paper, which kind of looks a little bit like a periodic table, is literally the illustrator translating words into like symbols, like a visual language of sound, and then using this visual language within the illustration. So I thought that was very, very clever and a fun way to take what John Cage did, which was use everyday noises and find the beauty in it and turn that into music. This is published by Schwartz books. And so she said it took her a long time to figure out how to structure the book, like how to, present the story. And she started off with this quote by John Cage, which kind of really sets the tone for how, kind of like why he did why he created the kinds of music that he did. "I can't understand why people are frightened of new ideas. I'm frightened of the old ones." John Cage. So you can see it's just visually stunning, and it's the biography of a musician and composer that was very avant-garde. And so this page, he composed a song that was exactly 4 minutes and 33 seconds. The pianist sat at his piano but did not strike a single key, and the only sounds were the sound of the wind and rain, and people grumbling that they didn't hear music, but you did. Then you'd be like John Cage. So maybe it starts here. "What if you composed a piece of piano music without any notes and invited people to a barn to hear it, and for exactly 4 minutes and 33 seconds, the pianist sat at his piano but did not strike a single key, and the only sounds were the sounds of the wind and rain, and people grumbling that they didn't hear music, but you did. Then you'd be like John Cage." And I bring this up because my son studied classical guitar on acoustic guitar, and he started when he was 7, and the teacher insisted that the lessons be an hour, which is pretty long for a 7-year-old. And so, over the years, once a week, hourly lesson. And when he would get tired, because they would do all kinds of different things, the teacher had told him about the song that was 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence, kind of as a joke, but also just like to keep my son entertained. And then often when my son was tired and he didn't want to do like music theory or compose or whatever he was supposed to do, he'd say like, "Let's play that song 4 minutes and 33 seconds. And they would just sit in silence, and the teacher would time it. And I always thought it was kind of funny, like a procrastination, but even, my son participated in John Cage's music, even though he is a guitar player. And I didn't even realize it was attributed to John Cage until until I read this book. And so, I feel like in a way that's, it's emblematic of John Cage's influence. We might not know who he is or what he did, but when you get to know his life, you realize, oh wait, I do know pieces of it, or I do recognize music that probably got derived because of his ideas, such as hip hop and sampling all kinds of sounds. And I just think it's so cool to learn about John Cage and kind of try to connect the dots of the influence of like ripples in a pond. It just go out and out and out, and all of a sudden it touches everyone, but we don't even realize like this was the reason why. But anyway, thank you so much to Lisa Rogers for writing this beautiful book. And thank you for watching.